Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. And how are you doing today? Morning, Josh.
Good. Did you know you were
Welcome.
live?
I just went live when I started the music.
I didn't hear the music,
Ah,
but that's all right. So what's going on, man?
not much. It's the last day of the year.
It is.
And figured that we would. Hey, Josh, if you got your mic fixed, the links there are pinned to the top. Good morning, Ramen. Ramen. We can't hear you, Ramen.
We cannot hear your dulcet tones.
So how has life been treating you, Dar?
Like a baby treats a diaper.
What? Am I live? I don't know.
now you're live.
I can hear Robin. I
We
heard.
we can we can we can hear you for a second there, Ramen. Then you disappeared again. She's been having trouble with her. She's been having trouble with her mic, so she won't let me buy her a new one.
Well.
So it is what it is.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not doing
Can only
that.
do
I
so
don't
much.
care.
Hey, we can hear you now,
Don't be
Ramen.
like that. Come on,
Just
baby.
barely.
Don't be like that. No.
I don't
There
think
we
she's talking
go.
to us.
Ramen, we can hear
Why are
you
you
now. Talk.
yelling?
We can
You
hear
got
you
a
now.
suit, right? Alright, your good suit. No.
I don't know
How
who's
do you
got a
not
good
know how
suit.
to get up there? Don't
Ramen,
do
you know
that.
we can hear you talking about a good suit.
I'm not done with you yet. You think I was involved in that? That was one time, okay?
Ramen.
Am I here? I can't hear. Shit, can my daughter mute this page again? Hold on a minute. Yeah, I'm going to the stream. I have to say bye. I'll see you later. No.
Yeah, we were hearing the phone conversation.
Okay.
Yeah, we're
Settings.
hearing Ramen talking on a phone call.
Feeling a little left out.
Yeah, really.
There you go.
Hey, Ramen,
My
can you
daughter
hear
took
us
me out of my
yet?
headset while I was sleeping this morning.
No, she can't hear us yet.
Yeah, she can't hear us, but we can hear her. So that could be fun.
Oh yeah. I may have to mute her here and for a few.
I would.
Yeah, I just
Just
muted
so that
her.
way, there's no incriminating things or whatever.
Yeah. Oh.
We don't need any of that. So what do you got planned for New Year's Eve?
Well, I'm working tonight. So
You're what?
I'm working tonight.
Yeah.
So well, fortunately, New Year's Eve is historically kind of quiet.
Really?
After, yeah. At least, at the hotel, people have either, and when I say kind of quiet, I mean, we don't have a bunch of drunks coming in to get rooms.
Yeah.
Now, we do have the idiots that buy fireworks and put them in the, and set them off in the parking lot that I got to go out and shut them down.
Yeah, I'd be one of those idiots. So.
Because we don't really want Ramen. I've got you muted until you get your headset straightened out. Let me put something in private. Okay, Ramen. Whoa, come on! I know how to spell.
Well, glad somebody does.
Good morning.
Okay.
Now we hear Ramen.
Now we can hear her.
Yay.
Now she's talking to us, not talking to somebody else, making me think I was special.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, we did hear the end of your phone call to Lexi.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Well, that's
That's
when
all
I
right. No
muted
big
you.
deal.
I'm not the sort of person
Yeah.
you want to put on loudspeaker during the call anyway, so
Yeah, pretty much. Not only that, but we figured we'd save you from any incriminating, stuff or whatever.
I have no idea what you're speaking of.
Near do I. I was just saying,
Sweetheart, where's that pot that was on the stove?
But
Oh no.
anyway,
Oh no.
so what are your plans for the night there, Dar?
oh, I plan on sleeping.
Oh, that's good plans. I take it you're in an area where you will not be hearing a bunch of people setting off fireworks all night.
May hear a few, but I don't think too many. Yeah, I don't
Oh
really
crap.
understand.
Sorry.
Well, I can get, New Year's Eve celebrating with fireworks, but I don't really understand the whole celebrating American Independence Day with fireworks. So,
Okay.
well, it's Chinese invention.
Oh my god.
Has
Rockets,
nothing
red
to do with
glare,
America.
bombs bursting in air.
Yeah, but that's different than fireworks. So that's somebody
Yeah,
trying to
well,
say,
that the fireworks are this, the
to
reminder.
symbolize all that. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
I could buy that then.
I
I
don't
could
like it
buy
because
that.
people's dogs start barking. It's very stressful. My kids freak out.
Yeah, we go to
Oh,
the
I love
vet.
fireworks. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
I do. I like fireworks.
we go to the
They're
vet and
cool.
buy tranquilizers for our dog,
Oh, lucky dog.
and we keep him, give him some Benadryl in the late afternoon, and then tranquilizers in the evening.
Oh.
Once the real fireworks start kicking off that way, because I'm just thunder sets him into freaking out.
Yeah, they do in our parking lot too. I hate it.
Get him a thunder shirt.
Oh.
So it doesn't work. We got him one,
Uh,
and it does not work for him. Ramen, your fan's hitting this again.
I'm sorry. I'm moving. I'm trying to
no,
move there.
I'm not hearing a fan.
No, he's
That
got an
doesn't mean
awesome
much.
headset.
Oh, you're not hearing the rustling of her mic?
No.
Oh, wow.
Grim's headset is super powered.
Yeah, I just have a crappy set of headphones, so it is what it is.
Well, hey, next 6 minutes. Happy New Year, my friend.
Oh, who's all in? Oh, there's a bunch of new comments here. I got to pay attention. Josh, next 6 minutes. The next 6 minutes. Happy New Year.
But like I said, pinned comment, guys. Anybody that's got a microphone and wants to join in, please do. Y'all know the rules. Keep it at a PG level, and I'm a happy man.
What exactly are rules again? I forgot.
We just try to keep it at a PG level.
Okay, well, see, I'm not much of a rule follower anyway, so.
Okay.
Actually, my motto has always been, I will read your rules, I will follow them to the letter, but any ambiguity in said rules, it's not my fault. That is kind of how I live my life.
I've already made my last mistake. Well, I'm hoping it's my last mistake in 2024.
Oh, and what mistake was that?
Well, I had I don't know if you've ever heard of a medical device called a Uniboot. It basically,
that sounds like a Canadian getting ready to go somewhere.
It's basically a medicated ACE wrap that they roll around either your arms or your legs. and I've had them on my legs now for the past month. Switching them out every week. And since the doctor's office is closed today, I had to take my own off this morning. And I should have waited until this afternoon to take them off. So, but anyway, have AI generation. Have you seen much of that?
As far as
how weird and strange it can be?
yeah. The thing of it is I was listening to this guy being interviewed about AI, right? He made some really valid points. And one of the things he said is that, the reason why so many American tech companies and stuff are going after it because they want to beat the Chinese and the Russians and the rest to the punch, right?
Right.
And the thing of it is, like you said, is that really a good thing that we beat them to the punch? Because, as far as like some of the social media and that, we've beaten other countries to the punch, but has it really been good for us? And I'm like, yeah, I kind of see his point there. Um, just because we're first to market with it, does that necessarily make it a good thing?
Right.
And then so the thing is, it's new and interesting and fun and all those things. But if we unleash AI to the wild, and because there are a lot of really creative, weird people out there, um, who so we release this out to the wild before we fully understand it. And some really creative person, it could get away from us and run amok before we're ready to deal with it. And so, because anybody who has been connected to the internet for a while knows that there are some weird, strange, and uniquely wonderful things out there. And I think releasing AI out to that wild before we fully understand it could lead to some pretty interesting things, if you get my drift.
Right. Okay. Well, see, this is one of the reasons why I asked, because this is one of the things that's been popping up on YouTube Shorts and TikTok and other places.
What in the world is that?
Okay. And what's been happening with this? And what's been happening with this is people have the story going out and around with this is that this individual was a 5th grade teacher in Georgia, and this individual smacked one of their students for calling it Mr. Lady.
Oh shit! Well,
and people were actually believing it, but this is an AI generated character.
Yep.
What?
Yes, this is
not real.
This is an AI generated image.
How did the kid even see it? Did he send it to him? I mean,
no. It's a fake story.
Oh, okay. The whole story is fake, not just the
Right.
Yeah. So it's the AI image, and they made up a backstory for it that's fake. So the whole thing, the image is fake, the story is fake, everything about it is fake, but there's a lot of gullible people out there that are drinking this up and screaming for this person's blood, even though this person doesn't exist. And we got to get school reform now and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, and I agree, we do need school reform, and we need a lot of things, but this is kind of the wrong way to go about getting your attention to it.
And there's also another one that's been going around, and this one is I've only seen it on YouTube, YouTube Shorts of a supposed Zoom call of Elon Musk firing people because they're involved or believe in DEI.
Good.
But it's all
Yeah, but
fake.
it's fake.
It's all fake. Everything is AI generated, but the voice is very similar to Elon's.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got some of his mannerisms down. And I mean, as far as the other people on the Zoom call, nobody knows who any of them are. So they're believable to start with then, because you've got no reference for that person even existing.
Mm-hmm.
Except you could believe by their appearance that they are those that would be supporters of DEI. Okay, the nose rings, the pink or blue shades in their hair.
Yeah.
The hero haircuts, all that stuff.
The white savior complex.
Being several carloads over normal BMI. I get it.
Right. But the whole thing is AI generated.
Mm-hmm.
But people are actually believing that Elon fired people like that.
Anything that will make people stop and think about their behavior before they do something stupid, I'm all down for it.
If only that is what it was about.
I know.
Yeah, if that was the only thing, that would be great, but it's not the way it's working out.
Right. I mean, it's like that Mr. Lady thing. When I saw that, the first thing I did is I went and did a Google search. Georgia teacher, Mr. Lady, slap student. And of course, nothing popped up.
I got a question.
Sure.
Now, I get that the image is AI, but did they use an actual person's photo, or was the entire?
The entire thing is AI.
Okay,
Yep.
because I've done some weird AI stuff with my friends' photos, and if that was a real person, that would be problematic. But I don't see what the problem is. School boards are shit at these days anyway, so
Well, again, if it's only out there as a learning lesson, an example like the old private snafu from World War II.
Yeah.
It was used to inform U.S. soldiers of what not to do, what could get them in trouble. So, but that's not what this is about. I mean, these are being used. I mean, if you read, you have to actually research the image back to its original source to see that it was AI generated.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Whereas other people have cut and cropped and further edited the video to still shots. Or download the video and re-edit it to get rid of the AI markings.
Mm-hmm.
All right, John. Well, hopefully you'll get your AI or your internet fixed here. But it's like this AI stuff. At first, I thought it was fun. But now it's starting to get scary.
Yeah, again,
and
see,
I think I'm late to that. It's scary idea.
yep.
You
And
know, it's one
see,
thing to.
Go, Dar.
Well,
no, go ahead, Ron, and finish your thought.
it wasn't really all that revelational. I mean, it was just, it's one thing between your friends goofing around, You put some boobs on your buddy and ask when he's going to finish the job, or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
But,
That kind of
you
stuff's
start,
fun. Yeah, I agree.
yeah, those are fun. But, you start putting politicians and public figures in it, and it is kind of dangerous. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, see, again, being first to market is not always a good thing, and releasing something into the wild before we fully understand it,
Or can
again,
control it at least.
yeah, fully understand it, control it, whatever, you know, because I mean, right now it's just images and voices and stuff like that. And, they used it in the Star Wars movie to bring back somebody that's long dead and
Oh,
all that kind of thing. Blah blah blah. Oh, hooray for Star Wars!
yeah.
But what happens when um, it actually starts thinking for itself? Because remember, it can only go on what it's programmed to know, right?
Mhm.
And
But it has
it's
access to the internet. I mean, it could research anything it chose. So,
right. Well, that's up to a lot of things. And if somebody with that does not have the best intentions for society or whatever starts working with AI starts learning on its own, then you get all sorts of weird things that you really don't want to have happen, right? Because I mean, you want to talk about going down the path of communism, socialism, all the other isms that are bad. AI would be a wonderful tool to help somebody get down that path. So yeah, I see. I don't know that I'm scared so much
I
as I
am.
am
I'm
worried
not
for
terrified.
the.
It's Skynet is here. No, but you look at the movie Megan, which was a pretty good example of what could go wrong. Okay,
Yeah,
the doll was designed to be this girl's bodyguard, basically, for when an adult couldn't be around her, and it was great starting out, but the programmer forgot something so freaking basic. I can't believe that they would come up with it, but it was the doll had the liberty to download updates independently and
yeah,
reprogram itself and search the net while everybody was sleeping. It pretty much free reign over itself and can do whatever it wanted. And that was so dangerous because the doll began killing people that were not really a danger. So, something to think about.
You know, it just
yeah. I wish we still had people like Turing around.
Hmm.
You know.
you just thinking about while you were describing that movie got me thinking about that Moxie. That toy that it's a $700 $700 friend for
Yeah.
kids, and the
The
company
doll?
is it's. Let me pull it up here real quick, because the company that runs it is running out of money, and they're okay. Okay, here we go. It's an AI robot.
Oh, okay.
Okay, here we go. Let me share that. And the company that runs it's running out of money, and they expect them to shut down any day,
Mm.
because everything that thing does is cloud based, and they've run out of money to support the cloud requirements.
Some companies are going to buy and reverse engineer it. and then put a new twist on it and say it was their original idea.
So, but it wakes up in the morning with you, and the kids ask it questions, and it's like a $700 friend.
Like me.
And I find that in itself creepy.
Yeah.
See if I can find something to deal with it, video wise. There we go. I think this will do it. Get past it. I don't want to spend the money on
like
getting past these commercials.
Yeah, I know.
Moxie, can you tell me a story?
Settle down. It's story time. What story would you like to hear? Letters to Grandma, or What is a Family?
Letters to Grandma sounds good.
This story is called Letters to Grandma. Z's grandma lives very far away.
You see, that's why I find that thing kind of creepy.
They've written letters back and forth. Real letters. On paper and everything.
Well, at least it didn't decide to tell Johnny the Big Squeaky Banana. It's fine. I don't know.
But anyway, so that's what I was saying. You're describing what Megan was, because I've never seen the movie. So you're describing
a good movie.
You're describing what Megan was, and made me think of that Moxie character, which was just like an upgraded version of Teddy Ruxpin.
Yep.
Yeah. And what else was out there years ago? You had Teddy Ruxpin, which talked back to you, which had some preset questions and answers for you, and told you you'd slap put a cassette tape in it, and it would tell you a story.
Unless you were smart, you put a Richard Pryor cassette in there or something,
Yeah, on the deep too. You have to know the rest of that joke to Richard Pryor. Yeah. One of Richard Pryor's short jokes. Anyway, using your extra laptop, also the cheapest. And, man, I got looking at laptops to compare to the one I've got, because I've been having some issues with this one.
Yeah.
And just to get basically basic equivalent is $2,000 now. I'm like, oh my God.
That's actually not bad.
Neil actually knows the joke.
Leave it to Neil.
I want to say that is off of his the album with where he's standing like King Kong over the city, jumping around on one leg. You was that self-aware at 4 years old. Okay, Josh. Now, I remember a good friend of mine had bought a Teddy Ruxpin for his daughter. And that's, and that's I was like, oh, that's neat, because she was an only child, and that way mom could be in the kitchen while dad was at work, and the kid could entertain itself. And then, it's like, now, I mean, that I know
Man,
y'all have
I
seen
love
it.
babysitting jobs behind that thing. I didn't even own one.
I mean, now these kids, my grandson has his own tablet he's 6 years old, but he got his own tablet when he was 4.
Oh, that okay. I'm not. That's your kids raising, so I don't feel comfortable criticizing.
No, believe me, I'm very critical of it.
My kids got their
I,
phones when they were like 8, and only so they could use Skype to contact me in an emergency, which didn't happen anyway. And they got tablets when they were like 12. My computer was the family computer. It stayed in the living room until they were like 15, 16. They
my
got my computer when I upgraded to a new one, and it went in their room. But that wasn't until they were teenagers. Jeez.
my kid didn't get his own computer until he moved out.
Wow.
The only computer in the house, I had mine in my office, but the family computer was in the living room.
Yeah.
And that's where the wife used it and the son used it. He didn't get cable in his bedroom until he was 17 or 18 years old.
They don't have a TV in their room, but I think it was 2 years ago I got them
Yeah.
a mini DVD player. That's it. That's as far as I'm going. They're not getting cable in their room.
And the wife told him that he could run cable, and she didn't ask me. He just asked her one day if he could run cable
Oh wow!
and the wife,
Dividing
without thinking about it, said, "Yeah," without thinking that I'd already told him no.
That shit
Because
would not fly with my kids. No, they would die. Because they do that too. I told boy, no shark movies. You're 4. And he went and got his dad in the mall and cornered him and begged for Jaws and got it. And they can't. Ooh, that was an issue for years.
That's one thing with the wife and I. For the most part, it was always the first words out of my mouth. What did your mother say?
Yes.
And the first words out of my wife's mouth usually was, "What did your father say?"
Uh-huh.
But so back to
that's usually how it works.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be how it works.
So what are your best memories of the past year, 2024?
Oh God. I don't
Best
even
memories
know,
of
man.
2024?
Yeah.
I had so many problems this year. I don't even know. I can't think of them. Oh, I got my job again. I don't know. I started working again. I guess.
Well, spent the weekend at the Biltmore Estate.
So that's a good one.
That was pretty cool. Yeah, they have a hotel there on property. We stayed there, and we went all over the place, saw everything there was to see, and that sort of thing. Yeah, that was probably, I had a lot of good times, and even though things were, kind of sucked in general. But I did have some good times. I always do, but that's just me. Because my goal in life is to be reasonably happy most of the time, and it doesn't always work out. But yeah, so I would say that was probably my best memory for 2024, spending the weekend at the Biltmore.
Okay. Mine was the general one of the things I had the most fun with.
Okay.
was the complete circus around the election.
Ooh.
The complete media circus.
Okay.
Yeah, that provided
Yeah,
me
that
with
was.
that provided me with more entertainment.
Yeah.
That almost made up for Michigan beating Ohio State again this year, but that was, and then of course we had the solar eclipse and the nutters, the nutcases that come out about the solar eclipse being the end of the world.
Oh my god. Like there's never been one before. I have only one hope for next year, and that's that the Epstein list finally gets opened up.
Oh, that would be
Yeah,
absolutely.
that would be cool.
Have the Epstein and the P. Diddy list.
Not gonna happen, but it would be nice.
Let's see what else. Some of the other great things that's happened this year. Well, we did have the Olympics, the Paris Olympics. Now,
Yeah, that was not. There was nothing good about that. I didn't watch it.
the Australian breakdancer ray gun
my
doing the kangaroo. That
was kind of funny.
That wasn't.
Yeah,
All right, I'll be right back.
She actually says that there was another woman, the female comedian, was going to put on a parody show about Ray Gun.
I don't think you could.
And she got sued. And she got sued. The show got shut down. And it was a charity show.
Parodies
The money,
are perfectly legal.
this is all taking place in Australia now.
Okay.
Wasn't happening here in the States. And Ray Gun, she went out and copyrighted the kangaroo dance.
The fuck?
Yes, evidently in Australia, you can copyright dance moves.
Oh my god. I was gonna say Bossy never copyrighted any of his stuff, but okay.
So, yeah, there was a lot of weird things. I mean, that the Snoop Dogg takeover of the Olympics. Every place you went, there was Snoop Dogg with the Olympics. I thought that was crazy. Who's the last person you would associate with a sporting event? He would definitely be on that list of the last individuals I'd ever associate with sports. An old weed head like Snoop Dogg does he even rap anymore?
I don't know.
He just lives off of his name.
And the commercials he does. Oh man.
Right, and being Martha Stewart's
Jail buddy.
Best buddy.
Yeah. They did a cookbook together. I'm gonna get that later. I think I'm gonna get that.
6 grams of Maui Wowie.
Oh, thank you. That's not legal here.
Oh God! Well, no, it's legal in Florida.
Not for recreational.
They got medicinal use here.
Yeah.
I mean, there's 2 weed shops in town now. I don't know
wow.
how either one of them survive. You know, you'd think the cops would be posted up out there 24/7, but maybe they are. Caitlin Clark taking over women's basketball.
Okay.
That happened this year.
What happened this year with women's basketball?
Caitlin Clark taking it over.
Yeah, that was that whole Caitlin Clark thing. That's just interesting.
Like I said, I've watched her training videos
Mm-hmm.
or videos of her, you know, training by herself, and just spending untold hours, you know, practicing dribbling behind her back and doing and making passes from behind. You know, that kind of excellence, skill doesn't just happen. That's hours and hours of training, and not necessarily at the team
Just I found
practice.
my boy ate an entire pot of fettuccine last night after I went to bed.
Whoa!
Well, you know, he was hungry. I'm not gonna yell if he's hungry. Just I was really looking forward to having some of that, but for breakfast. But okay, that's gone.
My mom used to get mad at me because I'd make spaghetti sandwiches,
Ew.
a couple of slices of white bread, and some cold spaghetti out of the refrigerator.
Oh my god. Nah, I mean I kind of get it, but at the same time, ew. I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to judge. I said I was gonna stop doing that this year, but you got any
Well, so much for that.
resolutions? Yeah. Yeah. Y'all got any resolutions?
I resolved to make no resolutions.
I don't make resolutions.
Okay, that's good. I
I've
got the
always
same one I've had for 10 years. Kinder, gentler rum, and haven't accomplished it yet, but I'm a work in progress. I'm trying.
you know, it's like, you know, when you know, I decide I need to do something different, I just start doing it. I don't wait for New Year's to roll around
Okay.
to. It's like the wife and I went to Cracker Barrel for lunch one day, and I got the chicken and dumpling soup.
Ooh. Oh, that's right. It wasn't hot enough.
Right. I mean, it was on the low side of warm.
I get you.
And I wasn't complaining about it. You know, I didn't raise a ruckus. The waitress come walking by and I flagged her down. And she, you know, can I help you? I said, yeah, next time you go back in the kitchen, you may want to tell them to turn the fire up underneath their pot of the chicken and dumpling soup.
Yeah, it wasn't
You
like
know,
you were
and,
calling the manager or anything.
you know, and that's all I said.
Yeah.
And in about 2 minutes, the manager comes out and he let me take that bowl, warm it up for, and get you a fresh bowl of hot soup.
Oh.
And you know, it's like, you know, I'm not complaining. I'm sitting here eating it.
Yeah.
You know,
You
I,
were
I,
being
I
all
want,
Kevin
I
asking
want,
for the manager.
yeah, I wasn't being a Karen Steen about it.
Ooh, oh.
So, oh, we did have that Baltimore Bridge get knocked down, the Francis Scott Key Bridge.
Yep.
Yeah.
A
I don't think that
container
was
ship.
a happy memory though.
You know, so many things happened in 2024, but you know, every year a lot of things happen, right?
Right.
And a lot of things did happen this year. A lot of good and a lot of bad things happened, right? You know, and said in you know, going over them is one thing, right? But what I've always found really interesting, and this is just me. I mean, there by 1,000 other people go, dude, you are so boring. But one of the things that I learned this year, and I kind of learned about myself, is that um, there is in the United States, there is a huge gap of people. There are the people that live on the internet, right, and are very connected to the internet, and then there are people who are not.
Right.
And I didn't realize how wide that gap is, or how different it is. Um, and I had a couple interactions, right? Somebody was telling me a story, and I said, huh, I said X to Dow, and they had no clue what I was talking about. Or somebody passed away, and I did the. I said, yeah. I said F in chat, right? And they're like, what the hell? And there's even like some comedians, because this year I listened to a lot more podcasts than normal, and that's
Right.
just because I've been like really busy with a lot of stuff, with work and things like that. And next year is going to be even worse. Um, so I've been listening to a lot more podcasts, and these comedians were talking about how they start their show with a joke, with certain jokes, so that they know if their audience is connected or not, and that determines their whole routine for the rest of the evening, for the rest of the show. And I'm like, wow, I had no idea. I had no idea that that gulf was so wide, and um, I just found that very interesting, that that gulf is so wide, especially in this day and age, right?
Right.
And because I just assumed everybody was pretty connected, because we've had the internet for quite a while. But yeah, there's a lot of people that not even they have no idea what the internet is, or how it's used, or anything else.
I mean, yeah, I can honestly say I've been on the internet since 1984.
Not 84, probably a little bit. Probably like 86, 87 for me.
But when I got back from Germany in '84, and I bought another computer and modem and such. Now, granted, a lot of what I was doing was just dialing into privately owned bulletin boards.
Yeah. Well,
But
most of us are doing.
but there were connectivity between some of them
Yeah.
that would so I mean that's then of course there is the whole AOL thing at 10 cents a minute.
Yeah.
God,
Oh my God.
That was back in the day.
I remember my first phone bill that I got in after my first month on the internet on AOL. It was more than what I made that month.
Well,
Oh my
it's like
God.
on the ship, it was funny because, we had to use MRSAT, right, to communicate while we're underway.
Right.
Because there was no internet connection. You had to rely on the movies that A Fart sent you, and all this kind of stuff for entertainment. And then all of a sudden, MRSAT, because we would connect for 10 minutes, every day, because MRSAT was a lot of money to connect to that. And so we would rely on like 10 minutes MRSAT, send out all the reports that we had to send, and email and all that. So you had 10 minutes to do all that stuff. And then all of a sudden, different satellites started getting launched, and internet became more. And then all of a sudden, we were like able to download stuff from AFARTS instead of just what they sent us before we left, and all this, and it became really interesting really quickly. And I was just glad I was there to see it all happen.
I'm trying to do okay, here we go. You just made me think of this. A story that just popped up this year. Speaking of internet on ships, there we go. Navy chief demoted after installing an unauthorized satellite dish on warship to access the internet.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
A U.S. Navy chief who wanted the internet so she and other enlisted leaders could scroll social media, check sports scores, and watch movies while deployed had an unauthorized Starlink satellite dish installed and lied
Yep.
to her commander officer to keep it a secret.
That does not surprise me.
That was what just September,
Yeah.
just a couple months ago. The Navy quietly relieved Grisel Marrero, a command senior chief of the USS Manchester. Oh, this was happened in August or September of 2023.
Yeah.
And so it took them a year to release that information out to the public. So she and more than a dozen other chief petty officers used it to send messages home and keep up with the news, and bought signal amplifiers in Pearl Harbor.
Yeah. See,
So,
that's the thing of it is that illegal dish is a security issue, security violation.
right. Holy crap. Those involved also used the Chief Petty Officers Association's debit card to pay the $1,000 a month Starlink bill.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
That's misappropriation.
Yeah. Okay, well, she was court-martialed for dereliction of duty and providing false official statements. Demoted to chief petty officer after trial.
Oh,
That's all that happened.
So, yeah. So, how much of a drop was that from command chief petty officer, command senior chief to?
It's only one. It's only one rank.
Okay. Oh, so she only lost one stripe. Okay. That's lucky as hell.
Yeah, that was definitely.
Oh, wow. Last week, the commander of the destroyer, John McCain, was relieved of duty after he's seen in a photo firing a rifle to scope mounted backwards. The image brought the Navy considerable ridicule on social media.
later.
Let's see if they got that picture.
Yeah, one of the gunner's mates probably did that thinking they were funny. Or it might have been, he might have been doing it just because he thought it was funny too. And then, of course,
There we go. There's the picture.
Yeah. Yeah, he probably was doing it because he thought it was funny. And of course, then, the wrong people get the wrong message, blah, blah, blah.
Oh man, I just posted a link about a story here the other day. Who was it? Oh, the Chinese hacker broke into the Treasury departments.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's pretty common.
So then that's a story in and of itself.
And I think you're going to see a lot more weird stuff like that in the next couple months.
Well, my question about this is, and all seriousness, with the brains, supposed brains that we've got in this country working on in all these, as the story I was talking about yesterday with the H-1B visas, and 70% of them being in Silicon Valley from India.
Yeah.
If we've got all these brainy people that we're bringing into the country to deal with our internet and security and such, why is anybody being able to hack into our government computer systems?
All right. So are you ready for a deep dive of crap you never wanted to know?
Sure.
Because I am prepared to give it to you. All right. So let's say a major tech company, right? They need somebody that's specially capable of doing something. So they get an H-1B visa. They bring a guy over from India. However, that guy from India cannot work for the federal government because why? Because he's here on an H-1B and he is not a citizen in the United States. And as that, he cannot get a security clearance because he is not a citizen.
Right. That all
And
makes sense.
To work in those environments, he has to have a security clearance. So we cannot have an unsecured foreign national working in those areas. So even back in my younger days, back when I was selling the Ocean Blue, right? A couple of ships I was on had some areas that foreign nationals were not allowed in. And
Right.
every day they would update the foreign nationals list of all those people that were not allowed in those areas. And the amount of foreign nationals that we had on that ship would surprise you, and the countries they were from would surprise you as well.
Well, okay. Now we're talking about U.S. naval ships.
Yes, we are. So they were allowed to participate in certain jobs on the ship, but not in others. So the same thing applies to the H-1B visa people. They are allowed to participate in certain jobs, but not others. So certain companies can bring them in, certain companies cannot. So there's a lot more to it than that. And as far as H-1B visas go, I am not opposed to them. I just think we need to put some guardrails on there, and we need to tighten up the requirements for it. So anyway, so there you go. There's some useless knowledge that you never knew you wanted.
I mean, I do agree we need to, tighten up on it. Like I said yesterday, we need to, there's over 300,000 workers in the United States on H-1B visas. And that needs to be reduced by about 90%.
Does it really?
Well, with 70% of them being from India working in Silicon Valley, I would think that we should be able to start hiring American citizens with especially since all it takes is a bachelor's degree to be eligible for H-1B visa.
Well, you see that, and there you go, and see, that's the crux of the problem. So here we go. All right, let's talk about H-1B visas for a minute, and I'll give you my opinion. So in the case of Disney, right, for the animators and that, what they did
Right.
is they hired a bunch of H-1B visas because they could do it for a lot less money than they were paying the Americans to do it. So they brought these people in, told the Americans that we're doing that job, that you have to train your replacement. And then they fired all these people from Disney. That is an abuse of the H-1B visa.
AT&T
Now,
did the same thing.
Yes. So Disney's not the only one. It's just the most egregious example, right? So that being said, so two things have to happen. The first thing is kids, when they go to college, instead of women's studies and stuff like that, and underwater basket weaving, they have to be taught sciences and that sort of thing. And two, the H-1B visas should be for people that have a special skill set that we don't have. Now, with that being said,
Sorry.
I watched this interview somebody was having saying that the fact that if somebody comes over here on an H-1B visa and they lose their job, they get immediately deported. And they said that wasn't fair and it's not right. But so here's the thing. Did you know that a lot of Americans every year are hired in Sweden and given a visa a work visa to allow them to work in Sweden and New Zealand and other countries? Did you know that if you lose your job, that you immediately get deported from said country? And did you also know that those visas are only good for a year and you have to reapply every year for those visas?
The ones that the Americans are using overseas.
Yes.
Because the HB1 visa is good for 3 years and can be renewed once per person.
Right. And so that being said, if those rules are good enough for Americans going overseas, how come those rules cannot be applied to foreigners coming here? So again, the H-1B visa program needs reformed, and our educational system needs reformed. You do those two things, and guess what? It works. That program will start working the way it was intended. Because right now, it is being used and abused and not working the way it was intended.
Exactly.
So I'm not. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, that's why I say it needs to be reduced by 90% until it gets all worked out correctly.
Yeah. So again, I'm not opposed to them. I am not against them. I'm just saying we need to clean that up. And in the meantime, if we get rid of a lot of them, and that will that one thing that'll do is for Americans that do have those specific skill sets, because I know there are people out there that do, that just makes them more valuable and they'll get better jobs until all the reforms are in place. And I think it'll be years before that happens. I mean, a few years.
Right.
Because there's so much that needs to be done.
Oh, I mean, none of this is going to be a quick fix. It wasn't destroyed in a short time period. It can't be fixed in a short time period.
Right. Yeah. Well, as the old saying goes, Rome was not built in a day.
Right.
All right. And it's going to take a lot of those issues are going to take several presidents and several Congresses working to correct the problem, which will never happen because we've got the way, one party says, if one party's for something, the other party's almost automatically against it.
Yeah. Just even though it makes no sense to be against it,
Right.
and not only that, but this goes back to that argument that I throw out there all the time, and people get sick of hearing it, blah blah blah. But like I said before, the fact that we control the House and the Senate really doesn't do much for me. I'm not overly thrilled about it. I mean, I'm not doing a happy dance or anything because last time they promised us, repeal and replace Obamacare. They promised us a lot of other things that, guess what, did not happen.
Yeah.
So again, until there's some political will and people are willing to go, you know what? I'm going to make this decision. I'm going to do the right thing, even if it costs me the next election. Because they won't. They will kowtow and bend over and everything else to save their job. And again, we were never meant to have a political class. The whole idea is you do your thing, and then you go back to whatever your job, whatever your career was before you got into politics. But those days are long gone, never to return. All right, off my soapbox. Sorry.
Well, no, I mean, you're 99.9% correct. But anyway, let's see what else here. Where is my list of things here? Oh, we've got those astronauts still stuck aboard the International Space Station. They're only supposed to be up there for a week or so, and they've been up there now over 6 months, almost 7 months.
Yep.
And they're still there drinking their own sweat and pee, being recycled and cleansed.
Yay.
And
That's
eating,
almost bad as being a submarine breathing recycled farts.
well, they're doing that also, and
Yeah.
eating what effectively is nothing more than an MRE, a NASA version of MRE.
I wonder if they're better than the Army version.
So,
Just saying.
uh,
It's curiosity.
well, at least they're, for good or bad, they don't have Tang up there. So,
Yeah,
again, I don't know if that's good or bad. Not sure.
Oh my god. My son just brought me a list of gifts he wants for New Year's. I didn't know that was a thing.
I did not know.
Give gifts for New Year's.
Well, apparently he's trying to make it a thing. So
Yeah,
that's not happening.
That's good thinking, man. I'll try that out. See if I get some.
And he said so earnestly, like it was an established. I'm like, no, we don't do it. Well, what about February? I'm like, what holidays in February? He's like, let me think. No.
Valentine's Day.
Don't help him.
And you do give gifts. I found out the first time I got married, you're supposed to give gifts on Valentine's Day. I never thought you were supposed to.
Oh my god. And you stayed married. Okay.
No, that was the first time.
First time. Like a cute little mug and a stuffed animal that fits in the mug. I don't do a big thing for Valentine's Day, but damn.
No, it was pretty funny because she had bought me a present, right? And I'm like, what the hell is this for? She goes, it's Valentine's Day. And I said, okay. And she goes, what'd you get me? And I said, I didn't get you anything. I said, yeah, I didn't know you were supposed to give gifts on Valentine's Day. I just thought, you say Happy Valentine's. And That's what
Those little
they,
cardboard hearts
you
with
know.
like Snickers and
Yeah,
kisses
exactly.
in
Yeah,
them.
you know, and that's what I
That's
was
all
thinking.
they
So I,
get.
yeah,
He
that's
wants a
what I did.
freaking tablet. He's not getting it. No, I'm
And
replacing
I'm
his
like,
tablet, but no, not for Valentine's Day.
you're supposed to give gifts. I had no idea. I had
No.
no clue. So yeah,
Oh my god. That just came out of nowhere. He knew I was gonna replace his tablet. He didn't have to make up a holiday for it. Jeez. Apparently he filled his tablet with so much crap, so many applications and games that it won't run now. And I couldn't even
so
get it. I couldn't even factory reset it. It wouldn't even go into that mode because it was so packed. So yeah, I thought, okay, I can't fix it. We'll go ahead and get you a new one. But oh my god, he can't wait. I love my children, but this is, oh my god. You can't sleep in this house, man. They'll come up with all kinds of schemes. My daughter fills the grocery cart while I'm sleeping. You don't even know.
My wife still, it's just this year that she asked me to how to access my Amazon account.
Oh no.
Okay,
Oh no.
so
I'm
she
sure
could
your
put
wife's completely trustworthy.
stuff in, versus having her own account and my own account. Let's just have one account, and
I know where this is going.
that way we're not paying for two prime accounts.
Oh my god. I mean, I can kind of say they're saving like $15 or $7.
well, that's
whatever
like
it is a month.
$300 a year save.
Yeah, that's
Not a bad thing.
That's $100 a year per account.
Even
Right,
if
it's
it was just,
$149 a year for Prime.
yeah.
So
So yeah,
And
that's
I
a
got
lot
a
of money to save.
discount. So I get half price and I'm okay with it, because I like watching movies and they have all kind of movies on there. So. But
Yeah,
they've taken a lot of movies off, and those movies are now hooked up to like Showtime
Freebie.
and HBO Max
Yeah.
and Shudder.
Not only that, but they put commercials in the movies now.
Yeah. All the cable channels have commercials now, and they charge you extra for ad free. I'm like, what the hell is this crap?
See, so I started using Rumble, right? Got away from using YouTube. I only was doing
Rumble,
Rumble.
right?
And now Rumble has so many freaking commercials unless you do their ad free thing, right? So I'm thinking about going back to YouTube.
Oh wow.
and YouTube commercials are just as bad.
Yeah, if not worse.
I'll put on a YouTube podcast and be washing dishes or mopping or something, and all of a sudden I got to stop what I'm doing because otherwise I got 5 minutes worth of commercials I got to put up with.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know what I hate about it is even if you let the commercials run, it won't restart the video. You gotta go up and interact with the damn thing and hit skip. You can't just
Yeah, sometimes you do that, and that's
Yep.
irritating. Yeah.
And if I'm steam cleaning my floors, the last thing I want to do is to have to stop what I'm doing to go over there and hit buttons on it. So
see,
now
that's J downloader.
So anymore I try to do, it's like, well, time for my audiobooks.
Well, I've found that there is a couple podcasts that I like listening to that they have their own servers and stuff, so you can just listen to the podcast. You don't have to they play a commercial before it starts.
Right. Have you ever listened to the Whatever podcast?
I have not.
It's like they usually run about 4 to 5 hours.
Oh no.
And what it is, it's one primary guy, well, one or two primary guys, and a half a dozen women.
Oh no.
Oh, I can clips to those guys all the time.
Yeah, and they're usually younger women
Yeah.
that are involved in OnlyFans or
Yeah.
other sex work. But they talk a lot of it's talking about what do these women expect from men versus what they're willing to do for a man.
Hold on. You
And
have to stop. Out.
Isn't that the one they had Gorlock on?
yes, I think they had
Who?
Gorlock on it.
Okay.
Dave Rubin was just on one. He did 2 hours out of their 5.
Okay.
But yeah, listening to these women, you sit there and you go, and you expect to have a man willing to put up with you doing all of that,
This can't be real.
and
Yes.
but you sit there and these young girls saying, "Oh yeah," they want
Well, I'm
the
pretty. They have to put up with whatever I tell them to.
they
That's
want
what it
the
boils down to.
they want the 3/6 man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but they don't have to change anything about themselves because it's like who is that guy, that black guy that used to be on YouTube, Sam, oh man, I wish I could remember his last name. He'd ask a woman to rate herself 1 to 10, and the woman would always say an 8 or a 9 or a 10, and he'd sit there and, what universe are you from?
Yeah.
You know,
What are you
and
bringing to the table?
yeah, and that'd be that. What question would be, what do you expect from a man? It'd be the typical, protect me, to love me, to pay all my bills, to support
Protect you for
me,
what?
And then, well, what are you planning on doing for you? What are you going to bring to the table for your man? Well, me, I'm enough.
Yeah.
He
Oh
gets,
my
he gets,
God.
he gets me.
Oh my God,
And
no.
then so he'd turn around then, well, how many other men have already had you? Well,
Ooh.
what do you mean? How many men have you slept with?
Oh, you're just shit-facing me,
Because
man.
unless you say 0, you ain't worth all that.
I mean, if you were, one of those 24 other men would have kept you already. But hey,
Yeah.
I don't get it. What do
Exactly.
you need to protect them from the consequences of being stupid in public?
Pretty much.
What?
Oh, go ahead.
I'm just going to say, one of the women, she probably tipped the scales at close to 200 pounds.
Oh my
And
God.
when she said to protect him, he said, "From what, the next jelly roll that rolls in front of you,
Oh my God.
or the next jelly filled donut?"
Dude, I love jelly donuts. I can't eat those anymore. Don't get me started.
Uh, but the man just sat there and
No.
was so deadpan serious with his comments.
No, I've sworn off all that junk food and shit. Ever since I had that happen, no. I've sworn off the junk food, the soda. No more soda, no more. I did make one exception and eat a couple of my son's Reese's candies out of his stocking. He had those I got him those nut. He don't got no money. He ain't getting nothing. I got him Nutcracker Reese's Nutcracker shaped candies, and they were so good. I took one, but he offered me some of the mini Reese's in his plastic candy cane thing, and I'm like, no, honey, those are yours. And I cried the whole damn time too. But no, no more sugar. Nobody believes me though.
I believe you.
Uh huh.
I have
One
no
of the
reason not to.
Thank you.
one of the cooking channels I watched, they made a 5-pound Reese's cup.
Oh my god. No, I couldn't watch that. I would cry. You know what? I thought the soda would be the hardest thing because that sugar really is addictive. they've been
Well, it's
saying it
not
for
sugar.
years. It's corn syrup, I know.
It's, yeah.
But they've been saying for years that shit is, and it really is. Because I tried a couple of years ago to quit it, and I couldn't do it. It was seriously freaking addictive. But this time I started with the bubbly, and I was like, this is almost as good. And now I've got a new addiction.
I
Well,
just
you know
buy-
What?
What?
All right. So, I've traveled to Italy and Rome, Italy and Germany, and a few other
Yeah.
places.
You are a well-traveled man. Yes.
And after having
Go.
soda,
Sorry? Okay.
after having a soda pop in these countries, right? I
Yeah.
can't drink American soda anymore.
Okay.
I don't like it. It just doesn't taste good.
Okay, well, everybody was on about the Mexican Coca-Cola, and I
Yeah,
tried, and I was
it-
like, it doesn't really taste like anything. I was so
Now,
disappointed.
the difference is with Mexican Coke is American Coke is that it actually has sugar in it, real
Yeah,
cane sugar, whereas American Coke has the fake corn stuff,
corn
right?
syrup. Yeah.
Now, I'm not a big fan of Coke anyway. Never have been, never will be. But
Okay.
every once in a while, when I'm at the store, I'll see the Doritos, the Mexican sodas, and if they have an apple one, I will get it just because
Oh, Walmart used to
really,
make
really
apple
like that.
soda. They stopped doing it. Now the only soda I
Yeah,
can find is Postobon, and I mean it's good. It tastes like you're actually biting into the peel and everything. It's got that tartness, but it's expensive. It's like $3 a bottle or $4 or $5 a bottle or
yeah.
something
That's
now.
the reason I don't buy it very often. But
It's
yeah, I do like
ridiculous.
it. That's one of
Yeah.
my
Apple
things.
soda, man. I wish Walmart was making it again because it was so good. And they used to make pineapple soda too, but now the pineapple soda they make tastes like bubble gum, like Hubba Bubba or something. It doesn't taste like
Yeah,
pineapple. There's a brand, I forgot the brand. It's at the Zebra around the corner from me, and it really tastes like pineapple. It's a green labeled green plastic bottle, and it's like only in like a liter. And the soda's green too, and it was so good, but I don't remember the name. Probably from Brazil.
probably.
There you go, ramen on the screen.
Hold on. I'm having Monday. I've seen that. Yeah, $4. That's crazy. $23 for a can. That can't be one can of soda. It's gotta be a 6-pack.
It's a 12-pack.
$8.93 for a little bottle. Like that's fucking crazy. That did not make me feel better. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I buy it once in a while, not very often.
I've never had fun good.
I tell you what I've been doing is I buy carbonated water and just plain old seltzer water, and I add that into my Crystal Light.
Okay.
Well, what we do is we have a soda stream.
Oh my god.
And
is that really worth it?
Yes, it is really worth it because we use the hell out of ours, and it's really not that. It's not as expensive as you think it is. But so we make like what's called shrub, where you take fruit and sugar and vinegar, and then we'll put that in the soda stream, and it makes a really nice carbonated fruit drink. And it's better for you because it has real sugar in it, has the vinegar, which vinegar is really good for you. And we do a lot of that. Or we will also take what's that? Kombucha.
Oh.
And add a little carbonated water to that. That's good too.
I've never had that stuff.
It's just fermented tea with different flavorings in it, no sugar or anything. But so fermented things, right? Like kimchi and sauerkraut, uh, sourdough. Things that are fermented are good for you. They're good for your gut. And so kombucha is one of those things. It is good for you. And so, yeah, we do a lot of that kind of stuff instead of soda.
Well, I bought a 8-pack of the small Dr. Peppers
Yeah.
Okay.
that they get at Walmart. I bought that about a month and a half ago, and I've still got 3 left. I mean, about the only time I ever drink one is, definitely whenever we have a pizza for dinner.
Right.
Sorry, but there's got to be either soda or beer with pizza. That's the only way.
Yeah, pretty much. It's the only way for it.
That's the only way you can do pizza. And on occasion, when I get up in the morning, I've got to have a swig of something carbonated.
Okay.
Just a quick mouthful before I get my cup of coffee into me, because it's just something. It's like But other than that, I mean, it's like Josh was talking about that's too much. A pound of Reese's cup is too much for somebody.
Yeah.
I buy a family share bag of mint M&Ms, and it lasts me 6 months. I keep it in the
mint
freezer.
Kit Kats, and the chocolate one does not taste like a dark chocolate. I'm not
And
really crazy about those.
Because
Did
I
you
only
see,
want a few amount of time.
Did you see Joshua's last post there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of got to agree with him, man. I get it. I get what he's saying.
Yeah. I'm. My one downfall though is Dot's pretzels. I keep a bag in my truck and I just nibble on those whenever I drive back and forth to work. The pretzel sticks. That's my if I've got any one junk food that I keep around is I keep a bag of Dot's pretzels in my truck.
Okay.
Not me. I wouldn't touch them.
So, but other than that, I'm really not into candies or. So now I do like those watermelon fruit sickles there at Walmart. They come. So, but
You ever have the whatchamacallit? The coconut Dr. Pepper?
coconut Dr. Pepper. That
Coconut
sounds just.
cream. It was really good.
Disgusting.
It sounds disgusting.
I normally don't do this stuff, but I went and ordered a couple of 6-packs because I thought my son would like it as a novelty. I had to get it through Amazon, and it wasn't like killer expensive, just a little more than I would spend on sodas. So I got it. I put them on ice. I waited till they're nice and cold, and I gave him one, and he looked at me and said, "Ew."
That's the way I would look at it.
It was so good. Like, we used to have Italian ice as a kid that were coconut, and it just reminded me of it. I was so happy. And he, that box of Dr. Pepper lasted a couple of months because he didn't want any of it. Oh my God, he broke my heart.
I can't say the blame.
I've seen the strawberry. I don't know if it's strawberry Dr. Pepper or strawberry Coke. I think it's Dr. Pepper, but I haven't. After that mess, I didn't bother with it. I was tempted, but strawberry's not my favorite thing.
I feel like a brown coat is sad that you said that.
Felt like a what?
I feel like a brown coat is sad because you said that about strawberries.
I don't know. I like the Mexican ice cream bars that have the cream in them and it's fruit and strawberry and coconut and mango.
Josh, the only real cream soda is A&W cream soda.
I never
No.
liked
Nobody-
cream soda.
Nobody else makes cream soda. They may call it cream soda, but it's not cream soda.
Cream soda tastes weird. Ugh.
Cream soda's good.
Okay. I don't know.
What?
It makes me think of milk and Pepsi like Laverne and Shirley used to drink. I can't.
You know, I tried that. It's really pretty good.
It is
not
good.
bad.
I used to drink that when I was a kid. That's the only way my mom and dad would let us to have Pepsi.
Who would think
When I
of
was
that
growing up.
combination? Like, who came up with that? That's so weird.
Well, who came up with the idea of licking a frog to get high?
Well, I would never do that. That's crazy.
That a peanut butter and banana sandwich. Who would have thought of that?
Yeah, that is so good.
Anything banana. I was actually surprised. I found a Mexican brand of ice cream bars. They were eggnog.
Ooh.
It was really nice and creamy, but it didn't really taste like eggnog until I got to the part where there was obviously some cinnamon added. But it was good. It just didn't really taste like eggnog too much.
Well, my wife. Now y'all know I'm a pumpkin spice type of guy.
Yeah.
Right.
We know.
I like pumpkin, but I don't like pumpkin spice.
And my wife bought me 3 boxes of Swiss Miss pumpkin spice hot chocolate.
Nice.
And 2 bottles of the Torino pumpkin spice syrup.
Ooh. What do you put that syrup in?
Your coffee.
Oh, okay.
Or
I
your
thought you were gonna make
oatmeal.
homemade ice cream.
Or your anything you want to flavor as pumpkin spice. I put it in a bowl of oatmeal that I had the other day. So
Sounds so good.
the wife thinks I'm crazy. I like oatmeal in the morning for breakfast a lot of times. Oatmeal with
Yeah,
a fried
me
egg, with a fried egg on top.
Eggs are good for you, man. They are protein and everything.
Fried egg over easy. That's I like that. Oh, hot chocolate with pumpkin spice is absolutely delicious. And since we got that cold snap coming in on the 8th, we're getting prepped for that. Go out and re-insulate my outside water lines. What's the temperature supposed to be over there where you live, Dar? Starting the 8th of January. Have you looked at that?
It's supposed to get cold. Yeah, it's supposed to get cold. I'll have to, put the covers on my outside faucets and all that.
Yeah, it's supposed to get down to 21 degrees here where I live.
Damn, it's
Yeah,
like
they're saying the
79
teens,
degrees.
but I'm not sure.
Yeah, the overnight lows are supposed to be in the low 20s with the highs in the high 40s, low 50s for a week. And I'm like, no.
I don't know if it'll be for a week, but yeah. They're saying the teens actually, so we'll see.
I'm not looking forward to that at all.
Oh, neither am I.
So the wife and I are already building up our menu for that week: chilies and soups and other warm items. No sandwiches and salads for for dinner that week. Grilled toast with tomato cream of tomato soup.
You know, tomato soup always gave me a sore throat. I couldn't get into it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was
That
horrible.
if it's the acidity, add a little brown sugar
Well,
to your tomato soup. If it's the acidity, add some brown sugar
I
to
don't
it.
know what it is. It was just weird. You want to know something else weird? People are still talking about the Anne Heche death a couple of years ago. The
What about
actress
it?
who was in a car crash, and when they were hauling her into the ambulance, she was in a body bag, and she unzipped herself from the body bag and was fighting to get off the stretcher.
What?
Yeah, I'm not kidding. It's on video. Let me see. Is this it? No.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Copy video address. This is a thing. I
And
didn't
she
realize
wasn't
people would.
dead.
She wasn't dead, but she was in that body bag fighting to get out of it. Here, let me give you. This is actually very fucking creepy, and the first time I saw it scared the shit out of me. There's a lot of conspiracy theories going around.
Now you see, you've got me looking this up now.
I put a link in the comments.
I never saw it or anything. I didn't know anything about it.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about it.
The weirdest thing is somebody asked Claude 3 and AI recently, what are the conspiracy theories surrounding Anne Heche's death? And the AI reported that Anne Heche was still alive. So I'm like, oh shit. As an AI, I do not engage in conspiracy theories, but the actress is still alive. I'm like, oh my god, no.
Okay, let's see here. Multiple car accidents at one time, huh?
Yeah, it was a pilot. Boy, I'm gonna tell you that footage put a chill in my bones that no horror movie could ever do. I only know of her because she was on one of my favorite soap operas. So I watched.
Okay, let's see here.
What soap opera was that?
As Anne. Okay.
Wasn't she like killed in the volcano or something?
7 Days, 7 Nights with Harrison Ford at flop, but she was Vicky Marley twins on Another World. She was the best.
As Heche was being removed from the crash scene, she was filmed setting up in the stretcher and struggling with firefighters as she's being wheeled into an ambulance.
Never put yourself down as an organ donor because they will let you die to get your organs. Heche was considered legally dead at that time under California law. Yeah.
Well, okay. Now, like my mother-in-law, when she died, they had her on. I mean, she was. Her body was being kept alive by a machine. Mm-hmm. She was brain dead. And they kept her alive for about 2 hours, kept the body alive for about 2 hours till they could figure out whether or not anything, her organ transplant status and such. Or organ donors. So, now hard-boiled eggs or anything, but I like hard-boiled eggs.
Hard-boiled eggs. So is my son, man. We'll pick out.
And I make my wife doesn't like them, but I make devil's egg all the time. So I'll just I'll just do up a half a dozen eggs, and because I'll eat the half a dozen by myself.
Oh my god. My mom used to call them stuffed eggs.
I'm sorry, I stepped on you there, Dar.
No, I was just gonna say I am going to retire and go do something different because I have a couple things I need to get accomplished today.
All right. Well, it's
So,
coming.
with that being said, happy New Year to everybody. I hope 2025 is prosperous and healthy and happy and all that kind of good stuff. And we will chat with you later.
All right. Well, thanks for coming, Dar. It's been a pleasure as always.
Yeah, have
And,
fun.
and hopefully we'll see you again soon.
Yeah, well, you never know.
Yep.
It's just the way things are right now.
Yes, sir. I understand.
Right.
All
Peace
right.
out.
Okay. So, what are you looking forward to in the upcoming year?
The Epstein list.
Okay, that's the.
Hopefully, Steven Stern's going to trial and getting the death penalty. Jennifer Soto hopefully getting sentenced to jail over child neglect at the minimum, and conspiracy after the fact, and whatever she did with her daughter. So yay! But then again, I thought Casey Anthony would go to jail, and that never happened either. So whatever. What about you? What are you looking forward to?
Well, I am hoping for a semi-peaceful year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No new wars, getting out of wars and conflicts that we're already involved into by any degree. I'm, hoping, of course, the maybe finding out a third grandchild on its way. That would make the wife and I happy.
Oh.
It would drive my son and daughter-in-law up the wall because they've only got a 3-bedroom house. So that means the two boys would have to share a bedroom. At least 2 of the kids would have to share a bedroom. And let's see what else. I'm just, looking for being healthy, not wealthy, but healthy, and a little bit more calmness, peace in our lives, less conflict in our lives. And obviously, those are hopes and prayers, and understand that none of it's going to happen because we've got too many people that thrive on conflict. And too many people that enjoy having the conflict. And I'm not that's just the way I see things happening, I just want a relaxing year for a change. We've had years where there wasn't a whole lot of excitement, and boy, those were nice years.
Yeah.
People were able to live their lives. And that's what I'd like to see, a year where people can just live their lives and not Oh, ooh, and not have a lot of grief and aggravation. Because that just seems so frustrating to me. Oh boy, the weather's nice outside.
Yeah, it was yesterday too.
Spanky wanted out, so. And what's he do? He goes out and drinks out of the outside water bucket and lays down in the middle of the concrete in the sun.
Oh,
Crazy dogs. The cat does the same thing when we let him out. So, yeah, Josh, you're right. You know, I would like to see a little bit more peace. You know, less inner turmoil, less angst. But again, you know, you got the newspaper, you got too many people in the news business and on the internet who thrive on creating aggravation, creating problems. And since they thrive on that, that's where they make their money. They can't make money if there's not agitation. And that's another problem with the and this is a problem with the internet.
uh-oh.
What do you mean?
Wait.
Okay. When I say it's a problem with the internet and the 24-hour news cycle,
Okay.
things that we used to, you know, if you lived in Ohio, you didn't hear about crime in someplace in Wisconsin or someplace in Florida unless it was a major criminal activity, a major event. Other than that, you know, what made the news was whatever happened in your local community.
Right.
Now, though, thanks to the internet and the 24-hour news cycle where CNN, MSNBC, NBC, Fox News, CNBC, all these news organizations, they've got to have stuff on their air 24/7. Something that happens in Podunk, Wisconsin or Nebraska gets picked up and is broadcast across the country. And that takes what, you know, it blows up what everybody thinks. Oh my God, another shooting, another bank robbery, another one of these crimes, another one of those crimes. Stuff that most people 30 years ago didn't even realize was going on because it wasn't part of it wasn't part of what was thrown in your face on a daily basis. Remember, CNN got its break as far as being a news network over the rape trial that took place in the bar. Okay, do you remember what I'm talking about? That trial?
Trump's trial.
No. Oh God. It was a barroom. I almost want to say it was a gang rape.
Oh wait, is that the one that was covered in the what is it? The accused with what's her name?
Yes, yes,
Jodie Foster. Okay.
right. All right. Let's see here. The New Bedford. Okay, 1983. Right. Gang rape of Cheryl whatever on a pool table. Here we go.
Yeah.
All right. The accused itself is not a true story, but inspired by a real incident that happened in 1983. Well, that trial and everything, CNN was 24/7 on it.
Oh wow.
And they that is what brought them and made them money.
Okay.
All right, because they were still a fledgling network at that time. They were still struggling a little bit, but then everybody got so wrapped up on this trial because it was broadcast. If I remember right, it was broadcast live
Yeah.
on CNN. And that just sort of really blew up CNN and made it. Whereas under normal circumstances, most people in the country never would have heard of that case.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. The 24-hour news cycle, and I'm not the first person to say this. The 24-hour news cycle and the ability of instantaneous communication of quote unquote facts. You know, again, thinking of that young man in Washington with the Indian character, Sandman, Nick Sadman. You know, how that got blowed up by the media,
Yeah.
even though they knew the facts weren't there. Yeah, Josh, you're right. We have to work for that kind of domestic peace. And I will say this: the wife and I've got good domestic peace between the two of us. I have to say that. Now, you know, we pick on each other. The other night I started tickling her, which she absolutely hates it when I tickle her, but I do anyway.
Oh my God. Every time I'd stretch her, my ex used to do that. It got to the point where I couldn't even stretch anymore in the morning when I'd wake up. And you don't know how confining that feels until after 10 years of not being able to do it, you wake up one morning and just stretch, and it's the best feeling in the world.
Oh, not every now and again, I'll walk by. You know, if I'm letting the dog out or letting the dog back in, and she's got her bare feet stuck up on the lazy boy, I'll reach over and tickle the soles of her feet.
Oh, that's not right, man. Let her go free.
I don't do it all the time, but just enough to.
It felt like it for me, though. Oh my God, it was just insane.
And see, I'm not ticklish.
Right.
When I was a kid, a friend of the family, she held me down and tickled me so much I peed all over myself.
I almost got to that point. I would have to scream for help from the neighbors to get him to stop.
And I was screaming for help too, and she just kept doing it. And everybody else thought it was funny as hell until
it's not funny, people.
Until I peed all over myself, and I haven't been ticklish since.
Oh my God! It's the worst part of it is it would tickle and hurt at the same time because he would dig his fingers into me and leave bruises, and it would hurt. And I'm like, dude, that hurt. He's like, but you were laughing. It didn't hurt. total denial of what the hell he was doing. That shit hurt.
So, but I really want to see a peaceful year. I'm tired. I'm tired of
Let the
aggravation.
deportations begin.
I'm tired of the aggravation. I'm tired of the constant battles.
Yup.
You know, I'm tired of the racial conflicts.
What
You know, people
deportations
looking for problems, looking to create problems.
begin?
And the
Maybe
first
you're
question
creating
out of
it.
their mouth was, so was the victim black or a woman? Because if so, then it was racist or sexist.
Right?
And if it was a black woman, then it was racist and sexist.
You can't win. You can't win.
You know, was there a white person involved? A white person
no.
and was there a white male involved? A straight white male,
a
and
Republican, a Christian conservative.
right, and the victim being a woman or a minority. So, but you know, we will be talking about it next year because it will be, all that stuff will still be going on next year.
Uh-huh.
And that's because you've got people. Is my computer okay? My computer screen just went black. So, well, Raman, I tell you what. It seems like we're getting morbid here. So let's just go ahead and end the stream.
Oh, okay.
Nobody seemed to want to jump on.
That's kind of sad considering the rest of the year. It's like, can I get a link?
Yeah. And I mean, I even announced that it was going to be an open stream, and it's pinned comment.
Put it out on Twitter. And no, nothing.
And it's
Nobody
even a
did.
pin.
Hey, you sent me a message last week about asking Rolks to contact you. Did he ever catch you?
No.
Oh no! Is everything? You know, you can pass me a message to send to him if you need to, because I got D&D tonight. That was not my plan, but he announced it, so I guess I'm in. So.
But anyway, ladies and okay, hey, Josh, I want to thank you for, and I don't know if 6 minutes is still with us or not. I don't think so. Well, according to the screen, there's 5 people out there.
The only participants I saw a few minutes ago were you and Nell, so I don't know.
Well, Neil was probably listening as he was driving.
Oh,
as he's working.
I started to do that. I started to take my phone to the car and hook up through Android, but I was like, no, that's work. So,
okay, YouTube.com, First We Feast. The cast of The Sex Lives of College Girls plays Wing Roulette.
What?
First We Feast. They've got, they're the ones that do the Hot Wing Challenge.
Oh, okay.
They'll do interviews of, I mean, like they had basketball players on. They'll have rap stars on. They'll have actors on.
Stars. Yeah.
And now they got the cast of a show I've never heard of on.
Uh-huh.
You know, The Sex Life of College Girls. Yeah, well.
Ew. Not something I ever wanted.
Yeah. When I think of that title, I think of the parody thing from a Kentucky Fried Movie.
Ew.
Catholic high school girls in trouble. Oh, Lord have mercy. But anyway, everybody,
That was
please
not a
have a
great movie.
safe New Year's Eve. If you're going
Don't
out,
drink if you have to drive.
or a lot of tow companies will offer free towing and get you home and tow your car, usually within a 10 to 15 mile radius.
Actually, you can get just Google $50 towing in whatever zip code, and you can get a good deal, and they'll drive you home along with your car. So
Yeah, but that's there's a lot of tow companies that will offer it for free too on New Year's Eve, just because they want to see you get home safe.
dangerous high school girls in trouble. It is a Steam game. Just saying.
Oh, thanks.
I think I'm gonna get this at some point. It looks cute. Not now, but eventually,
But
because I am broke.
okay, the next show will be on this. No, wait a minute. I don't know if I can have a show on the 2nd. I think I've got a morning doctor's appointment on the 2nd.
Oh no. Third then?
Let me look here.
That's when I get paid. Woohoo.
Okay, when is my appointment? That's the afternoon. No, it's January 9th is my morning appointment. Thursday, January 9th with my neurologist. All my leg doctor appointments are 3:00 in the afternoon. Between 2 and 3. So anyway, January 3rd. No, 2nd. January 2nd will be my
Thursday.
is when I'll be back streaming again. So
Oh, my boss finally paid me the money she owes me. That cunt. I'm sorry. I'm sure she's gonna watch me. Screw you, lady. Yeah.
hey, at least she finally paid you.
I was getting so sick of this. You don't even know. Ooh, I can get groceries like real people. I'm sorry. I don't know. What do you traditionally have on New Year's for like good luck? I know some people do black eyed peas, but I'm trying to think of what else.
Well, in my family, growing up, it's always been kielbasa and sauerkraut.
What I miss is the real kielbasa I used to get from the Polish shop in Greenpoint, Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was some good stuff.
So we buy, neither one of us digest sauerkraut well anymore.
Oh.
So we just get a small bag of sauerkraut, wash it pretty good, and then eat it. Cook it up and eat it with cook the kielbasa in it.
Oh, I'm so happy I can go to the store. Yay!
So Bougie Brothers J and K. Okay.
I love how I said go to the store like I'm actually gonna get off my ass and leave the house. I mean, I mean go to the computer and click purchase. That's what I mean. I don't mean I'm gonna go anywhere.
Oh. So, but anyway, everybody have a good day, please. Enjoy yourselves.
Yeah,
Be safe tonight. Please be safe tonight. When
get you a designated driver or an Uber or something, man.
Right. Hey, Mass Creations, you coming in as we're leaving, buddy. But you have a happy New Year's. Stay safe.
I'm gonna stay sober and maybe I'll stream later. Yay! And you can all find out about the time I was almost trafficked. Woo, if you ask nicely.
Ooh.
I told you that story.
Yeah, that sounds like a story and a half.
I told you that one though.
Yeah.
I mean, I can laugh over it now, but I wasn't so laughing so much a few months ago when that shit happened. I'm gonna tell you. Oh. But anyway.
So, all right.
Yay!
Hey, so, and as always, be with the ones you love and always love the ones that you're with. Bye, y'all.
Bye.